to go what I call beyond just reading the code. Because if you've been in our industry, I think I will go, sorry for the delay. Okay, going over. Because I think if you've been in our industry long enough, you might have seen this meme quite a few times. This is usually what you will get when you're just starting out and you're asking, okay, how should I do to tackle this complex code base? How should I how have you find these very interesting bugs? This meme, as funny as it gets, it's quite far from the truth. It's really simplistic, and in my opinion, it doesn't help that much. Because if reading the code was the only thing we should be doing, we will all be finding the best bugs, we'll all be finding all the bugs, we'll all be understanding the most complex code bases at the same path. So I've been wondering quite a while and asking myself and some of the top auditors out there, how do they do? And what do they do to find the best bugs that I'm not doing by just reading the code? And I've been gathering most of these resources, their answers, and everything that I could find online on that topic in a repo that is publicly available, which is called Awesome Audit Methodologies. And for the purpose of this talk, I picked one simple but very, very effective technique that I will be presenting in two different ways that you can implement yourself in your audit process. The first one, very simple. You go over every single line of code of the code you are trying to go through, and you translate every single line of code as a plain English comment, explaining in a very simple way, not using technical jargon, and this will force you to take a step back and understand what is the code doing, why is it doing it, what were the development assumptions while doing it, and this is the kind of thing you might not think at first pass on the code you are reading if you are just like powering reading through it and passively reading. This, of course, was a very simple code snippet. This might not be the most relevant to do it on because it takes some time, but trust me that on complex flows, this tedious process is very, very helpful. The second one is by far my favorite, so it's kind of the same technique as the first one, but it's a different way to implement it. Basically, first step, you get a rubber duck. Amazon has plenty of them. You put it on your desk. You find a contract, a function, a piece of code, whatever that you want to understand deeply. You read it, and then you go through the tedious process of explaining it out loud to the duck. The out loud part is very, very important because there is quite a few studies that prove explaining things out loud are way more effective than writing them or explaining them in your head. Was it only me? Am I the lucky guy of the day? I think it's dying. All the next speaker will hate me. You can plug it out otherwise. How much time could I take? I'm going to make some enemies today. Sorry for the order. I was saying explaining things out loud is way more effective than writing them down or explaining it in your head. And by going through this tedious process, you will naturally find gaps in your understanding. You will struggle to explain some very complex thing. You will be using the technical jargon, which you should not, to make this technique effective. And so then you will have to revisit the code to basically resolve these gaps. This is very effective, and if it usually takes you 5, 10 passes, whatever, to go over a piece of code, this might help you get it to the same deeper level of understanding way quicker. This process makes use of what we call metacognition, which is the process of thinking about our own thought. And by doing so, you will have to take a step down, as I was saying earlier. It will make you slow down. It will make you think about all the small things that you think you did understood, but you didn't understand quite enough. Thank you, that's all. If you want to see all the other 50-ish resources that I've been gathering on the audit repo methodology, you might have the link here. And if you have any questions, please reach out after the talk.
Thank you so much.